Welcome back. You're watching Signature Morning on Signature Television. So we switch our gears right now to talking security. Security specifically in the southeast. There has been issues of security in the last few years. I mean, some would attribute it to the incarceration of the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. Some others would say it's just beyond that. But to unravel all of these issues is the retired Nigerian naval officer, Chief Joe Okeke. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Good morning.
Thank you for having me. I'm proud to be here to discuss security in the Southeast.
All right.
Thank you.
I just want to go straight to the point. The arrest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, do you think is one of the things that has exacerbated security situation in the Southeast?
The arrest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is part of it, but it's not the whole problem about insecurity in the Southeast. Nnamdi Kanu's arrest is just a tip of an iceberg, because security is not something you point at a place and say this is where it comes from. In security, you need to have a holistic view. Before the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu, there have been crimes, there have been criminals, and in criminality, nobody is exempted.
So what are the issues before the arrest? Because like you mentioned, he is one of the reasons. Before the arrest, what are those things that have caused security issues in the Southeast?
Okay. First and foremost, hunger, poverty. The youths are too restive. I know of many graduates that doesn't have jobs. Some turn to Yahoo, as they call it. Some turn to armed robbery. But the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu, in the other way around, aided to criminality in the Southeast. Let's take it for instance. Before the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu, you can pass through Onitsha, Opiweka, by 7, 8. You can pass through Opiweka. Before even, what's it called? His Excellency Peter Obi came in, he sanitized Opiweka. And when you come down to Enugu, Holy Ghost, through the rail, you can pass there 6, 7 in the evening. You will be mugged. So this is not the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu that started it. When Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, the people who were hiding under the cloak that they are fighting for Biafra, some of them are not actually agitating for Biafra. They have criminal elements that infiltrated the system and exasperated it and made it large. Nnamdi Kanu, on his own, wasn't agitating for violence. He was trying to make it as mild as possible. But now, the youths, the Southeast youths, normally, Southeast is actually the best secure zones in the country then. But now, insecurity in the Southeast is even getting higher than Northwest, where there's Boko Haram, and Northeast, where there's Boko Haram and ISWAP and ISIS combined together. Southeast security can be handled in that if the government of the day can provide some palliatives, not palliative like food. No, giving somebody food is not sustainable. You don't give somebody food to sustain him. No. When you look at this, our present governor, there are things that he's doing, Peter Mba, there are things that he's doing that needs to be commended.
No, you mentioned hunger as part of the reasons why these security issues have exacerbated. If you look at the hunger index, especially in Nigeria, the Southeast is not in the lowest of the rung. We have North, West, Northeast, even North Central. If you want to label it, Southwest comes first, then South, and then Southeast. we're not the most hungry people in Nigeria.
Definitely.
We are the business magnet, if you like, of the nation. So you wonder where the hunger reasons for the insecurity is coming from.
Definitely. Hunger is not only food. We won't talk about hunger. Hunger is not eating food, gari, apple, and whatever. Hunger is all about, it's all encompassing. There's things attached to hunger. Like we in the Southeast, let's be honest ourselves. Every youth wants to make it big and blow. People want to make it big and blow. I remember I went to a family sometime, a small boy about 8 years. He said, "What do you want to be?" I said, "I want to be a business tycoon." What is business tycoon? He don't even know what business tycoon is. He said, "After all, my uncle did not go to school. He's a billionaire."
So what do you think is agitating or causing those things, like for the young boy you mentioned? What do you think is...
Because he's seen money, but he's not seen how the person went through to get that money. He only focuses on, he's only seen money. He's not seen what people went through to get to where they are. The youth or criminality in the Southeast is not something that just came from the sky. No. Some of us that grew up in the city, like I grew up in this town, I know how it was. I know how it was. At times you see people, you tell them, "What are you doing?" They say, "What do you want me to do? Can you feed my family?"
So in that line, you said, like you said, you grew up in this town before now. How has the security landscape changed in the past few years?
Tremendously. It has changed tremendously. Seriously, it has changed tremendously. When we were younger, you can walk from Zik Avenue to Gui by 10, 11, 12 without problems. And the security agencies are contributing, we are one of the people that are contributing to insecurity. Because first and foremost, you'll be arrested. There was a time they were doing, what was it called?
Operation something?
Yes, that people are not allowed to, when you're caught around 10, 11, they'll ask you where are you coming from, they'll start searching you, they put down inside your pocket. If you're nobody, in quote, you'll be arrested. And you go to the station and your parents have to come and pay.
And is that right?
It's not right. It's not right. It's not right. There are other things that if I have my ways, I will advise the government about security. Security is everybody's business. Let me just give you one instance. Last week I was passing through New Haven. I want to drop my car to where it's going to be washed. I saw one elderly man about 70 something years. They were bringing down concrete slab from one minibus. I dropped my car, I went to my office. On coming back again, I saw them excavating, removing the iron, what's it called? Slab that has been there for years. So I stopped and said, "Why are you doing this?" People were coming because we don't know. Nobody cares about security. We don't care about security. The old man was with 2 policemen with tear gas guns, but they were inside this minibus, inside the car the man was driving. I was one that started to say, "Why are you removing this?" The man said, that he's told to. I said, "By who?" Then people started gathering. One lawyer came and said, "What is happening?" I said, "Look at this man. He's removing this thing that's been here for years, even if I was born. He's moving and he wants to replace it with concrete slab." The man went to his car, he brought out the paper and said, this that will give authority. I said, "Whoever gave you authority to remove this slab, the iron one, and replace it with a concrete slab, is he okay?" And inside, when they removed it, you look inside the hole, you see a very big gutter, Chime Avenue here. Very massive gutter that any car that goes in will disappear. So the lawyer I thought the lawyer would take it up as a lawyer. I said, "My counsel, look at what I'm saying, what I'm seeing." The man brought the paper from his car, and I was like, he took his number, and the man left. He took that concrete slab, put it inside his car. Is he a kid? He's not. He's a man. He stole it.
With the help of police officers?
With the help of police officers, 2 police officers. I have the number of the car that they came with. I took the number, I took the MOT number of the car. Because when I was taking the driver of the minibus came and said, "What are you doing?" You are taking. I say, if you're legal, you don't be fighting. You shouldn't be fighting.
Yeah.
Our people are not serious security conscious. We pretend as if it doesn't concern us. You see something is going wrong, instead of you to stop and say, "What are you doing?" You just walk past. After that day, the whole people area, they say, "Oh God, well done, well done, well done." Let us pay attention to our security, our neighborhood. You might not even know your neighbor, but you live in the same area.
So, how effective has the government been in addressing the security issue in the southeast?
I mean, the present government.
Yes.
Okay. Kudos to Peter Mba, His Excellency. He's doing a marvelous job.
No, beyond even Enugu State.
Beyond Enugu State, yes. Go to Abia State, Alexoti is doing something. Go to Anambra, Soludo is doing something. Go to Imo State, I think, what's it called? Hope Uzodimma is doing his level best. But in general terms, I think that they're trying to beef up security in the southeast. So
I will take you back a bit to the incident you narrated. Now, what measures, seeing that his accomplice was the person that is actually supposed to protect the incident from happening, how would you take such up?
That is the decay in the system. Because later I called the civil defense person who is in charge of vandalization of government properties. I called him, I said, come to my office now, I'll take you to New Haven where something happened. Till now he has not gotten back to me. I am the chairman, PG's, Perfect Guard Companies Directors in Enugu State. You understand? I called him, I said, come, and I come to my office, I will take you there. Till now, you have not responded to me. But I told him, when you come, we go to that lawyer, collect that man's number. When you get his number, I give you the pictures that I took of the mini bus of those people excavating that thing. Concrete slab, the one built around 60s. They removed it and replaced it with concrete slab.
Well, what for you are the roles of vigilante groups in mitigating this incessant security situation that we're having in the southeast?
Vigilantes are doing their level best, but in all and all, I keep telling people, security is not, you can't do security empty-handed. It requires a lot of finance.
So
it requires a lot of finance.
In terms of giving them
equipment, vehicles, tricycles, motorcycles, they need to be mobile, phones.
What of arming them, like?
Yes, equipment. That's why I said equipment. Okay, don't just, okay. Equipment. They need equipment. They need to be armed to the teeth. Because criminals, as criminals are always a step ahead of the government, ahead of the law. Do you understand? Criminals are always a step ahead of the law. The more you come, the more they move. The more they come, the more they move, the more they devise new means of operation.
But is that supposed to be? Because I know that in the Western world, you try to think the way the criminal would think or what he would do before he acts. And that's how they are being caught. But if you're moving behind them, you will never catch them. You
don't need to move behind, you need to be ahead of them.
That's what I'm saying.
But in this situation now, we are behind them.
So can you actually describe the main insurgent groups or criminal organizations that are responsible or that are mitigating this in the region?
In this region?
Yes.
You cannot hold somebody one or two greed and hunger, because I cannot say ESN has nothing, I cannot say ESN, I cannot say IPOB, but the criminal elements, there are criminal elements that are constituting the nuisance. The criminal elements cuts across all tribes. It cuts across all tribes. And you cannot actually pinpoint the area where this thing is coming from.
So what are the most critical steps that need to be taken to stop this?
Good. The critical steps is, first and foremost, people need to be educated. We need to be aware of what security is all about. We need to be aware. We need to be people need to know. As you're walking on the road, you should be security conscious. We are not security conscious in this country. I lived in a volatile country for more than 16 years. And I know what security is all about. We are not conscious about security. Like what I told that happened in New Haven. People were passing, but I stopped. Because it's part of my duty. You see, children, you see in this, let me take a look, for instance. You go to Holy Ghost. You see those people, those beggars. Their children are the next criminal that will grow up, that we're going to have.
How so?
The beggars, their kids that doesn't go to school, that hang on the roads. Mm-hmm. If you're passing through Chime Avenue, you see the children there, wiping cars, wiping windshields. You go to Presidential Road, you see them there. You go to Abuani Road, you see them there. Street touchings are not allowed. For instance, you go to the north, you know the people that constitute Boko Haram, they are Majiris. They are Majiris. They are people that constitute Boko Haram. They are people that they easily recruitable. Somebody on the street will just come and say, come, take 50,000. He or she will follow you. Because never seen that bulk of money.
Right. Two questions before we go. For me, you are a retired naval officer.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to find out what you think are the problems with our waterways and how we can solve the problems in our waterways, because we hear a lot of this stealing of crude oil in Nigeria, and that hasn't even ended. We hear the numbers so high that you would wonder whether these monies were actually bleeded out of our own country. That's one. Two, do you think the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would in any way reduce the security situation that we're having in the southeast, and how so?
Okay. The waterways, you're talking about oil theft.
Mm-hmm.
That is being done in collaboration with security agencies.
The thieving of our oil is done with in collaboration with security agencies.
Like
you can say that because you have experience in that?
Yes. It's done in collaboration with security agencies.
How is that done?
There's no way you can enter our waterways without being spotted. The naval patrol boats, there's a place on the high sea within the Nigerian waterways that any ship that comes in must be spotted. Before you enter the Nigerian territorial water, you must give signal. You must be received. People will say, okay, come in. Somebody will have to, like flight, like plane. When you're landing, they will telling you, come down. You're free to land. The same thing with ships. So when a ship is sailing, it's not a ghost, it's not a small, it's not like this cup. It's massive. People are directing it. It's coming and people are receiving it. So it's the security people that direct it, the security people that receive it. And when it's flooded, it leaves. And somebody has to pilot it out of the same channel. So security agencies are 100% involved in oil bunkering and stealing.
Wow.
Both crude and refined. Both crude and refined.
You don't think it would stop? I mean, if it's in collaboration with the security agencies, then there is nobody to run to.
It can be stopped when the big boys on top decide to stop it.
It will stop.
It will stop. If they say let's stop it, they will stop it.
So it will not stop because the big boys have not...
Because they're getting from it. They are reaping from it. They can't stop. Can't stop.
Okay, so the next question, which is about Mazi Nnamdi.
Yes, releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will go a long way. It will go a long way to stop or minimize criminality in the southeast. Releasing him will go a long way. I'm not saying it's going to go out completely, but it will go a long way in minimizing it. Because most of these boys who are operating as they are agitating for Biafra, they want ESN, they want war, they want this. No. You don't just start fighting war. You don't just fight war because somebody is incarcerated. Do you understand my point? You need to think about the after effect, the repercussions, the after effect of that war you're going into. Are you prepared? But the boss won't know, let's go, unless he comes out, no. But if they release him, I think it will come down.
Sergio, we do appreciate your input. We do thank you for enlightening us on the security issue beyond the Southeast and Nigeria and world over. Well, thank you so much. However, we have someone on Zoom who is already ready to, who has joined us apparently. Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, I think we'll just go a short break and get back. But again, want to say very thank you for coming, Sir Julia.
Thank you.
All right.